6 unattractive aging habits that make you appear older and how to address them before it's too late. Have you ever wondered if there are behaviors you engage in as you age that others notice but never mention? The truth is, as we grow older, certain habits and actions can make us seem unaware, unapproachable, or even less attractive to those around us. The issue is that most people are too polite to point these out, so you might remain unaware. However, the good news is that once you identify these behaviors, you can easily correct them, allowing you to present yourself with confidence, grace, and self-awareness. In this article, we'll uncover 6 habits that people often observe in older adults but rarely discuss. These seemingly small behaviors can influence how others perceive you, interact with you, and even how you feel about yourself. The best part? They're all fixable. By making a few simple adjustments, you can maintain a strong presence, stay socially engaged, and feel your best at any age. Stay with us until the end, because once you recognize these signs, you'll never view aging the same way again. Not only will you gain insight into how others perceive you, but you'll also learn practical ways to remain sharp, stylish, and respected as you grow older. Let's dive in. 1. Neglecting personal grooming. One of the first things people notice but rarely mention is when someone stops paying attention to their personal grooming. As we age, it's easy to overlook small details like trimming nails, maintaining well-kept hair, or ensuring clothes are fresh, clean, and presentable. These seemingly minor oversights can accumulate, making a person appear older, more tired, or even less approachable. Consider Walter, an 82-year-old who was once known for his sharp appearance. Over time, he stopped trimming his eyebrows, let his hair grow unruly, and began wearing the same old shirt repeatedly. His family and neighbors noticed, but said nothing. It wasn't until he looked in the mirror one day and realized how different he looked that he decided to get a haircut, shave, and update his wardrobe. Almost instantly, he felt better, stood taller, and noticed people responding to him more positively. The reality is that grooming isn't just about appearance. It's about how others perceive your energy and confidence. Studies show that when people feel well-groomed, they carry themselves differently, appearing more engaged and vibrant. Unkempt hair, overgrown nails, and neglected skincare can make someone appear older and more withdrawn than they truly are. What you can do, keep it simple. Regular haircuts, trim nails, and clean, well-fitted clothing can make a significant difference in how you present yourself. If skincare hasn't been a priority, a basic moisturizer and lip balm can prevent dry, flaky skin, helping you look and feel refreshed. For those with facial hair, keeping it neatly trimmed can instantly enhance a polished appearance. You don't need to spend hours in front of the mirror. Just paying a bit more attention to personal grooming can help you look healthier, feel more confident, and make the best impression possible. 2. Speaking too loudly or interrupting conversations. A common but often unspoken issue that arises with age is changes in communication. Many older adults begin speaking louder than they realize, sometimes interrupting conversations or dominating discussions unintentionally. This often occurs due to gradual hearing loss, which makes it harder to gauge voice volume. The tricky part? Most people won't mention it. They'll simply tolerate it, though they definitely notice. Take George, a 77-year-old who loved socializing. Over time, he started speaking louder and louder, often cutting people off mid-sentence without realizing it. His family and friends noticed, but didn't want to embarrass him. One day, at a dinner gathering, he noticed people backing away slightly when he spoke. That's when he realized his voice had become much louder than he thought. After getting his hearing checked and making a conscious effort to lower his volume, he noticed conversations felt smoother and people seemed more comfortable around him. The truth is, hearing loss happens gradually, and many people don't realize it's affecting their speech. However, when someone talks over others, interrupts frequently, or raises their voice excessively, it can come across as overbearing or dismissive. Conversation should feel like a balanced exchange, not a competition for airtime. What you can do, pay attention to how others react when you speak. If you notice people leaning back, lowering their voices, or struggling to get a word in, it may be time to adjust your volume. If you suspect hearing loss, a simple hearing test can help you regain better control of your speech. Additionally, make an effort to pause, listen, and let others finish their thoughts. Speaking at a natural volume and allowing space for back and forth discussion makes social interactions more enjoyable for everyone. When you communicate with awareness and confidence, people will want to engage with you more, not less. 3. Wearing outdated or ill-fitting clothing. One of the easiest things to overlook as we age is our clothing. Many older adults stick to the same outfits for decades, either because they're comfortable, familiar, or because they no longer prioritize fashion as they once did. The problem is that clothing sends a message, whether we realize it or not. Wearing faded, stretched out, or outdated clothing can make a person appear older and less put together, even if they feel great inside. Consider Harold, an 80-year-old who had always been proud of his sense of style. Over time, he stopped paying attention to what he wore, relying on old, baggy clothes that had lost their shape. His family and friends noticed but said nothing. Then one day, he put on a well-fitted button-down shirt and a newer pair of pants. Suddenly, people complimented him. He felt sharper, and he even stood a little taller. He didn't have to change much, but small updates made a huge difference. The reality is that clothing affects how others perceive you. Studies show that people associate well-fitted clothing with confidence and energy, while baggy, worn-out clothes can give the impression of sloppiness or disengagement. This doesn't mean you need to chase modern trends, but a clean, structured, and intentional look can make you feel more vibrant and respected. What you can do: start small. A few well-chosen pieces, like a crisp button-up shirt, properly fitted pants, or a stylish jacket, can instantly refresh your appearance. Pay attention to colors that complement your skin tone and fabrics that feel comfortable yet structured. Even updating your shoes and accessories, such as a nice watch or a belt, can make a difference. If you're unsure where to start, ask a stylish friend or salesperson for advice. The key isn't to dress like someone else. It's to wear clothes that fit well, look fresh, and make you feel confident. When you do, you'll not only look better but also feel better, and others will notice. 4. Complaining or criticizing too much. One of the quickest ways to push people away without realizing it is by constantly complaining or criticizing. It's easy to fall into the habit of commenting on everything that's wrong, whether it's modern technology, younger generations, aches and pains, or how things aren't the way they used to be. The problem is that even when not intended negatively, this kind of talk can drain the energy from a conversation, making people less eager to spend time with you. Take Roger, a 75-year-old who loved sharing his opinions. At first, his comments were small observations: how things used to be better, how young people don't work as hard, or how everything today feels rushed. Over time, his family and friends began engaging with him less. They still loved him, but they found themselves avoiding long conversations because they knew they'd end up hearing a list of complaints. One day, his grandson asked, "Grandpa, do you even like anything these days?" That hit him hard. He realized he had stopped focusing on the good things in life. The truth is, negative energy is contagious. When we constantly express frustration, even in small doses, it changes the mood of those around us. It makes interactions feel heavy, and people naturally gravitate toward positivity instead. This doesn't mean you have to pretend everything is perfect, but balancing complaints with something positive, hopeful, or lighthearted can keep conversations enjoyable. What you can do: practice awareness. Pay attention to how often you bring up complaints or criticism in conversations. If you notice it happening frequently, challenge yourself to shift the focus. Instead of saying, "Everything was better back in my day," try saying, "Things were different in my day, but I'm curious how this new way works." Instead of focusing on what's wrong, look for something interesting or humorous in every situation. People enjoy being around those who make them feel good, inspired, or engaged in a meaningful way. The key isn't to suppress your thoughts. It's to create a balance between concerns and appreciation. When you do, people won't just enjoy talking to you more. They'll seek you out because your presence feels uplifting rather than draining. 5. Ignoring posture and body language. One of the most subtle yet noticeable signs of aging is how you carry yourself. Over time, it's easy to develop habits like slouching, shuffling while walking, or maintaining a closed-off stance. The problem is that people don't just hear what you say. They read your body language. A slumped posture, slow movements, or avoiding eye contact can make someone appear frail, disengaged, or lacking confidence, even if that's not how they feel inside. Consider Eleanor, an 83-year-old who had always been active. Over time, she noticed people offering her extra assistance even when she didn't need it. Strangers assumed she was weaker than she was, and family members treated her as fragile. She didn't understand why until she saw a photo of herself standing with rounded shoulders, arms crossed, and a slightly hunched back. That's when she realized her body language was sending the wrong message. After consciously focusing on standing up straighter, walking with more purpose, and maintaining eye contact, people began treating her differently, more as an equal and less as someone who needed help. The reality is that posture affects perception. Studies show that people with strong posture and open body language appear more confident, energetic, and even younger than those who don't. Slouching makes you look more tired, while standing tall signals strength and vitality. Even something as simple as keeping your hands visible instead of crossing your arms can make a difference in how engaging you seem in conversations. What you can do: start small. Pay attention to your posture when you sit, stand, or walk. A simple trick is to imagine a string pulling you up from the top of your head, which naturally aligns your spine without feeling forced. When walking, lift your feet fully off the ground to avoid shuffling. In conversations, face people directly. Maintain comfortable eye contact, and use small hand gestures to keep the interaction dynamic. The way you carry yourself influences how people see you, whether they view you as lively and confident or distant and disengaged. By making small adjustments, you can instantly appear more present, capable, and approachable without saying a word. 6. Bad breath or body odor. One of the most uncomfortable topics to discuss, but one of the first things people notice is unpleasant breath or body odor. As we age, our sense of smell weakens, meaning we might not notice changes in our own scent. Certain medications, dietary choices, and even dehydration can contribute to this issue. However, most people will never mention it. Instead, they'll simply keep their distance or find subtle ways to cut conversations short. Take Frank, a 78-year-old who was always the life of the party. He loved catching up with old friends, but started noticing that people weren't standing as close to him as they used to. His neighbor, who used to chat for hours, now made conversations quick and distant. It wasn't until his daughter gently suggested he try a new mouthwash and drink more water throughout the day that he realized what was happening. A few small changes, like staying hydrated, chewing sugar-free gum, and switching to a more effective deodorant, made a huge difference. Suddenly, people leaned in closer again, interactions felt warmer, and he regained his confidence. The truth is that dry mouth is one of the biggest causes of bad breath, and it becomes more common with age. When the mouth doesn't produce enough saliva, bacteria build up more quickly, leading to persistent odors. Similarly, changes in diet, digestion, and metabolism can cause body odor to shift over time. Even something as simple as wearing the same clothes too many times before washing them can have an impact. What you can do: stay ahead of it. Drinking plenty of water throughout the day prevents dry mouth, and chewing sugar-free gum or sucking on mints can help stimulate saliva production. Using an alcohol-free mouthwash keeps breath fresh without drying out the mouth. For body odor, wear breathable fabrics, shower regularly, and rotate between different deodorants to eliminate lingering smells. Don't forget to wash clothes, bed sheets, and even hats or scarves frequently. It makes a bigger difference than you might think. Good hygiene isn't just about feeling clean. It's about how others perceive your presence. A few small adjustments can ensure that when you walk into a room, people lean in closer rather than take a step back. Final thoughts. Now that we've explored these 6 often unnoticed but impactful habits, take a moment to reflect. The way we present ourselves, communicate, and maintain our daily routines affects how others see us, whether we realize it or not. The good news is that every single one of these habits is fixable. Small changes, like paying attention to personal grooming, adjusting how we engage in conversations, updating our wardrobe, being mindful of negativity, improving posture, and keeping up with hygiene, can make a huge difference in how we feel and how others respond to us. Perhaps you recognize 1 or 2 of these habits in yourself. That's completely normal. The key isn't to feel discouraged, but to feel empowered. The fact that you're here, reading this article and thinking about these things, means you care about staying sharp, confident, and engaged with the world around you. Aging doesn't mean losing your presence or influence. It means refining it. With a little effort, you can continue to command respect, maintain great social connections, and feel your best every day. Thank you for joining us. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. If you found this article helpful, please subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for reading, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.